Hi, in this lesson 9, Jeff the Jeweler is going to teach you how to test white metals such as white gold and platinum. Watch this.
Alright, I'm Jeff the Jeweler. This is lesson 9. This has to do with white metals. Up to now you've been getting comfortable with yellow metals and hopefully maybe even buying some, putting your money down on what you've learned up to now because you've been taught good enough tests, solid things to put in a row, a procedure that you should be able to arrive at a price, a fair price to pay somebody for their items. Not just to wear it for yourself, to buy it, to resell it, to melt down. We're going to get to that 2 or 3 lessons away. But right now you've probably learned enough to buy yellow gold. And now we're going to move into white metals. White gold, platinum. We started to mess with silver already. Silver's not very expensive. It's hard to get hurt in silver unless you're messing with a lot of flatware or big pieces of jewelry or a piece of silver that's got a name on it like Tiffany's. And I said stay away from the Tiffany's one. Everything else you got enough knowledge to buy. The trade stamps and hallmarks we're going to work on in the very next lesson. But white gold is where we're at right now, and it's very tricky. If you're going to lose money buying gold as a commodity, it's probably going to be white gold. Alright, white gold and platinum actually. Platinum often gets bought as white gold, and you end up buying it at the price, the rate of white gold, and that's very good because for you, you're lucky. Platinum's a lot more expensive than white gold, and if you bought it by mistake, it's okay. What you don't want to do is buy it for platinum and it's not platinum, or buy it for white gold and it's not white gold. Alright, what we're going to do though is start with platinum because that's kind of it's difficult, but it's easy because we're going to learn a few simple tests that will enable us to distinguish one way or the other. Is this platinum? Is it white gold? Or is it a phony? Or is it's made from some substance we can't identify? The problem with platinum, white metals, white gold, is there's a lot of other metals that are white, like stainless steel, that the acid won't react with it, that you're going to have to learn a few jeweler's tricks to distinguish, is it solid white gold? So that's why this lesson is separate from the yellow gold. Okay, we'll start with platinum. Platinum has hallmarks, common hallmarks, and you see it almost inside of every platinum ring unless it's wore out, which is unusual because platinum is very, very difficult to wear on. You'll see a platinum ring, it's 100 years old, it'll look brand new. The material lasts a very long time and the stones set in it stay tight. That's why it's a favored material, but it's very expensive. Alright, so inside the shank or on the chain tag, it'll say 850 or PT 900 or 900 or 950 or 99 or PT 950. These are real common to let you know this is platinum. It's not plated, and it's 90% is what that means, pure platinum, or 950% pure platinum, or 99.9% pure platinum. You'd see this in bullion if you bought bullion bars of platinum like you do gold. Where you'd see it on jewelry is PT 950, 900. Sometimes this is missing and you'll see just these 2 numbers or even this one, but almost always you can count on seeing one of these 2 numbers. Alright, so you have to get comfortable with that hallmark because when you see it you don't know what it is. Platinum is very rare. If you have 100 pieces of jewelry in front of you, 1 piece will be platinum, so 1 in 100. Okay. If you try to use acid on platinum, the acids you've been taught to work with up to now, there'll be no reaction. You couldn't distinguish platinum from stainless steel at this point because it looks the same when you put acid on it. So the acid test on platinum unfortunately is useless, and the acid sold as platinum acid on the market, I don't like it either. I'd rather learn a few tricks that a jeweler can count on and teach them to you, and then you can go out in the field and buy a piece and feel comfortable buying it. Alright, let's give this a second here. Alright, so the first characteristic with platinum is when you're handed a piece of platinum to distinguish from other materials is platinum's about the heaviest metal I have ever seen in jewelry. And when it's in your hand, you notice right away that for the size, it seems way too heavy. It's heavier than stainless steel. It's almost magnetic, pulled to the ground in some way. But it's a lot heavier than white gold. The only way white gold could rival this is if the white gold had been compressed materials stamped into place. But for the size and the shape, the first thing you notice when you're handed a piece of platinum is it's very heavy. I don't know how to describe it to you other than to say it's the heaviest piece of jewelry that you're going to feel. All right, what I would say is the 100% end-all be-all test is the file test. Platinum, when you file on it, is very rough. The file wants to grab the back of the shank and not let go. It's almost like, well, it's hard to describe. It's like a knife in peanut butter. It's kind of rough. When you run this across here, it grabs it. 18 karat also has a similar reaction. But if you're going to buy something, you're probably going to buy it to melt, and it's okay to scratch it. If you're buying it to re-wear it and it's already kind of rough, that's also okay because it would have to be polished all over in the same way. And this doesn't leave too much of a reaction on the material other than to notice, wow, it's really rough. It's grabbing the file. That's the 100% test for a jeweler. That as soon as that happens, if somebody said, size my white gold ring, and he went to go run a file across it, he'd say, well, this is white gold. That's platinum. The difference, one slides across it, it kind of grabs it. That's 14 karat white. But this platinum really grabs it. I'll put this back in place. All right, so that's the best test I can give you for platinum. Learn what the hallmark looks like. It's very heavy. There's no counterpart to it. So if they were going to try to trick you, it would have to be a very heavy metal, very dense to do it. Most heavy metals like this are expensive, so it would be useless to try to trick you with a heavy metal that's rivals platinum in price. It would have to be white gold trying to represent platinum. And those two, that one trick, first it's heavier than white gold, and second, you run a file over it, there's a big difference. All right, that's enough to put your money in that piece and know that's platinum. It's got a hallmark inside it. This one says PT 950 on the shank. All right, white gold, let's put the platinum back where it was at. All right, white gold can be tested in the same way you've been testing yellow gold. I just want to call your attention to white gold because if you're going to lose money, it's going to be in white gold. The yellow gold test is very definitive, 100%. There is no yellow metal out there that's going to get past these acids. But there are white metals that'll go past that acid. Stainless steel, white stainless steel, none of these acids will touch it. And if you didn't think it through, you might buy it as 22 karat white gold, which really doesn't exist. So that's the trick. Gold, pure gold, 24 karat is orange in color. It's very, very orange. You've probably seen 22 karat jewelry from a foreign country where it's common. It's really orange in color. A 24 karat bar, very orange in color. To turn that natural yellow mineral, gold, white, you've got to add a lot of nickel to it, or a lot of a white metal that doesn't tarnish and readily combines with the yellow gold. The white gold amount, you see 18 karat yellow gold, you see 18 karat white gold, but you don't see above 18 karat white gold. It's because that 25 parts of nickel that turns all the orange gold white. If you move up impurity a little bit, 90%, you don't have enough here in nickel to turn the whole thing white. So the whitest gold you'll see is 18 karat white gold. So if you're testing on a block and you get to the 18 karat and it looks good, you have to move to the 22 karat. If the 22 karat does not eat your white sample, it's not gold. You don't have 22 karat white gold. So that's the trick. That's why white gold, you have to concentrate on it. If you try to use the same stuff you've been using for yellow gold without thinking the one that eats it this time means it's not, or the one that doesn't eat it means it's not gold. You've went so far as to find out none of the acids react with it. It's some white metal other than gold. Okay, you have to go over that again because it's a little tricky. You have 18 karat white gold, but you don't have 22 karat white gold. So if your 22 karat acid does not react with your sample, it couldn't possibly be gold. So this time, When it doesn't react with it all the way at the top of the acid, it's not gold. Where when you were using yellow and it went that far, you could buy it as pure gold because there are no yellow metals that can get past these acids, but there are white metals that can. So this time, if this one, the 22 karat, does not react with your white sample, don't buy it. It's some white metal. It could be something that you haven't even identified. There's lots of white natural metals that you could stamp into jewelry that this acid isn't going to react with. So this time the 22 karat saves your butt. So that's why you have to have the 22 karat acid. A lot of people say, I don't need acid like that. Yes, you do, because there's a lot of white gold out there and you'll make a mistake. Alright, so I went all the way through the trick there without showing you any examples. Alright, if we scratch the block, this is what it's going to look like. This is platinum all the way on the end here. The platinum, none of the acids react with it. If stainless steel was here, it would look the same. Stainless steel, none of this acid would touch stainless steel. That's why you have to use a file, and it grabs it. This platinum ring, the file grabs it, and it's marked properly. It's platinum. Alright, and this is what it looks like. It leaves a really strong sample. Stainless steel wouldn't actually. You can sharpen a knife on this, a stainless steel knife, and it doesn't leave a mark. So, but there are white metals that will. It looks similar, and the acid won't react with it, so you have to lean on the file. You learn to use that file and be comfortable with it. Alright, that's it today.
Old Jeff goes through a lot buying all those metals and gold and silver and platinum, doesn't he? Boy, you got to know what you're doing. You got to make sure you do everything just right if you're going to make any money at it. All right, stay tuned for lesson 10 coming up.